Welcome to today's topic, where we're going to be diving into the soulful liberation of nurturing the woman within for lasting healing. So, for this topic, I really would love to actually start with my own healing journey because way back then, many years ago, I always thought that people are just people. Now, of course, people are people, but I never thought of categorizing them by femininity and masculinity, personalities, or characteristics to people with different needs and different desires. Now, when we look at being a woman or even just being a man, these different expressions come with their own set of distinct needs, which might not necessarily overlap much, but they are there, and they often tend to be separate. Now, through my journey, I've come to understand that I didn't always comprehend what men wanted, how they thought differently, or how they worked and lived differently. Naturally, we are wired differently. We have different goals, different dreams, and also different desires. Not only the biological expression of men and women are very distinct, their bodies are also structured very differently to survive, to procreate, and to also, of course, serve other various functions. Now, my journey kind of led me to realize that I possess a strong masculine side, and I began to notice that the reactions of my coworkers and like how they dressed and how they carried themselves. At first, I kind of thought that femininity was all about how you dressed, such as like wearing dresses, styling your hair, the makeup and the heels and all these type of things. Now, it's quite amusing to me looking back at it because I used to believe that's how it should be or how it actually is. Now, as my journey progressed and I healed and my perspective started to evolve and change, I also began to see that femininity is actually a very deep internal experience. It's not just limited to women. Men can also express their feminine sides. And what I learned is that these various masculine and feminine aspects, they affect us all, and it can impact the expression of our biology. Now, by the expression of our biology, I'm referring to our physical health. Now, due to my stressful childhood growing up in contentious type of environments where I was always frightened and arguing, I discovered that I didn't really have a very safe and masculine father figure who would actually allow me, as the feminine daughter, to step into my femininity and to actually feel safe within it. And this taught me the importance of embracing my femininity and how it applies to both men and women as well. Because men can exhibit, of course, feminine qualities without compromising their identity and also attraction to different partners. Now, the difference of femininity is something that I initially needed to learn in how I treated myself. Now, I had to ask myself how kind I was to myself and how much compassion I practiced. I really had to nurture these aspects that I had neglected because I had a deep relationship with myself that I ignored. And I pushed myself excessively to achieve and to prove my father wrong. And they always told me that you will accomplish nothing in life, which, of course, it affected me. And it also fueled my strong masculine persona. Now, as a woman, I was actually very angry, very controlling, very argumentative. And I felt like, I really had to fight for everything. And this was my reaction to the early lesson that the masculine role was the safe place where things got done, where people listened, and where I felt respected. Now, the hidden benefit also of this overpowering masculinity, it was immense. And it was also a wounded masculinity. But it created the feeling that it kept me safe from a past that I had once perceived as a constant threat that was just no longer real anymore. But my coping strategies as a woman, being very masculine, continued to influence me throughout my life. And these strategies now deeply affected my relationships and the kind of partners that I attracted. And they also had an impact on the way that I carried myself and influenced my health as well. Then let's dive a little bit into how being too masculine as a woman can affect your health. Because by being overly masculine, particularly toxic masculinity, this arises from unhealed wounds and unresolved trauma from the past that left you in a fight or flight response. Now, some women might actually embrace a strong masculine role, but suppress it outwardly, even though they feel it internally. Now, this internal struggle can have a profound effect on, the woman's ovaries, the immune system, the breast. It can cause breast problems. The list can be endless. Now, when women are stuck in their masculinity, their body overcompensate by attempting to fulfill a role that they're not biologically designed for. So women feel that they must always take the leadership role or to provide and keep pushing themselves often so hard that their body can start to malfunction and health problems can actually start to come up. Because normally men handle these type of roles when they're expressing their masculinity, and women may encounter health issues due to the strain of being in their masculinity, which they're not designed for. Now, balanced or healthy masculinity means that both the masculine and the feminine energies are in equilibrium. So when both aspects are balanced, it allows a person now to embrace that true identity and to feel safe in themselves. They learn when to fight and when to relax, when to nurture themselves and when to lead. Now, in my personal experience, I observed that when for example, when I'm at home, when I'm being a mom, I'm being predominantly embodying my feminine side, and I feel more graceful. I feel more nurturing, more caring, more patient within myself. And during these moments, I'm the compassionate witness for my children. Now, in contrast, my husband tends to take on a more dominant role. However, when I'm teaching or speaking, I often shift into my healthy masculine role as a facilitator and leading and guiding people to make decisions and to help them to heal their wounds. So that's when I'm more actually in my masculine. You would think femininity, but it's actually my masculine, for me personally at least. Now, being in a leadership position often means like being in a masculine role, but it can also be a healthy expression of masculinity, whether you're male or female. Now, this applies, as I said, to all individuals. And I've really had to learn how to balance these roles and to understand what it means to be a woman. And my final breakthrough came when I realized that there's really no specific definition of being a woman. Because while societal influences, both healthy and toxic shape our perception and our femininity and appearances alone, it doesn't define it, right? It doesn't define it. Now, true femininity, in my opinion, is an internal experience. It's a state of mind. It involves how you treat yourself, and also that extends to how you interact with other people. Because I believe the true power lies in embracing your feminine side, feeling safe, feeling feminine at the same time, and also feeling in control of your power and also your happiness. Because this realization set me free from the confines of this really rigid masculine role that I had. And it actually helped me to allow me to overcome this toxic masculinity that was projected onto my body and to my health as well. Because my physical health improved significantly when I was no longer actually pushing myself to the point of overexertion and over exercising and bad habits, bad eating habits. I realized that this true power lies in embracing both our masculine and our feminine qualities and feeling safe within ourselves while we dance between the two. Now, I personally, back then, I had no balance in my life. I had no regard for my health, and I neglected my need for rest. I was constantly pushing myself too hard. And this applies to any person, whether they are a man or a woman. Now, no one can keep up with that type of pace. It becomes even more critical to recognize the impact of toxic masculinity. So when someone exhibits this toxic masculinity, they are a lot more likely to develop ailments, because the vibration of toxic masculinity is fundamentally misaligned with the concepts of healthy femininity and healthy masculinity, actually now leading towards a disruption in the body's electromagnetic field. Now, the specific type of ailments that can actually manifest depends now on the emotional stress that a person is focusing on or projecting. And these ailments can include like maybe anxiety, depression, and this can lead to maybe autoimmune problems. It can lead to any sorts of type of ailment that is caused in the body. Now, toxic femininity, on the other hand, involves maybe letting other people take control, allowing them to make too many, decisions for you, and often engaging in like passive aggressive dances, figurative speech. But now this can go on. But this realization was very powerful for me. When I started to restore balance by working on myself and by working on relationships with myself and practicing self-love, I found that I associated femininity with weakness. And I believed that those in touch with their femininity might appear weak and think that people wouldn't listen to them or respect them. Now, this perception actually led to me, right? It led me to reject my own femininity. And my focus had been on success, on achievement, which was a constant source of stress. It was a constant source of anxiety associated with toxic masculinity. And it actually prevented me from realizing the potential and the power that embracing my femininity could actually offer me. Now, femininity isn't just about feeling like a rush of adrenaline or it's more about a gentleness. It's more about a playful, compassionate gracefulness. And when we take care of ourselves, groom ourselves, or take care and support other people, we're actually embracing our femininity, whether you are a man or a woman. So the dance between masculinity and femininity, it's beautiful. And both men and women engage in this type of dance. Now, I had been stuck, as I said, primarily in a very masculine role because I just did not have a positive association with femininity. It made me feel unsafe, unprotected. And this journey, it really taught me that femininity can be incredibly powerful. I can set boundaries and remain connected to my identity. I can still have a positive, change and shifts in my life while I'm being feminine. I didn't have to fight for it. And I've also learned that I can fully embrace my roles as a mother, a wife, a friend, or a facilitator and a teacher while being in my power as a woman. And my femininity allows me to communicate clearly, to feel respected, and to be respected in all these roles. Now, our relationships with parents and our environment and people playing now a crucial role also in shaping how we express our femininity and masculinity. And through my healing journey, I gained a much deeper understanding of who I am when I embrace my femininity and when I express my masculinity. And I've discovered and redefined Evette in both of these states. Now, these roles and expressions became increasingly clear to me. It's almost like, as a result, I was able to actually initiate and also to transform my life. And this journey inspired me to create a healing retreat that's actually now called Reveal the Woman Within. And this journey of self-discovery involves embracing change, something that I used to detest. I hated change, but change often actually made me feel out of control because I couldn't predict the outcome. Now, humans are biologically wired to be pessimistic and distrustful. We all know that. So this is making us actually very cautious of change. However, to achieve my goals and to become the best version of myself as a woman, I actually had to overcome the fear of embracing my highest expression. And I had to understand that I could set boundaries while remaining feminine. Now, I didn't need to engage in conflicts or arguments or rudeness or to assert myself. I could be feminine and assert myself at the same time. So you see, rediscovering my identity as a woman, as a friend, as a wife, as a facilitator, and understanding my powerful qualities in my femininity, it was crucial. And I also needed to connect with my inner child's innocence to feel safe in doing that again. Because that's where I felt disconnected from my femininity as I grew up as a little girl. Now, healing also my relationship with my mother and my father was essential because these topics are also covered in Reveal the Woman Within Healing Retreat. Because there we heal old stressful relationship dynamics also with ex-partners, maybe who never respected you or never provided space for you in your feminine, to be in that, to just relish in that. We also look at reclaiming lost soul fragments due to traumatic and stressful dynamics. This is also incredibly important to feel safe again within our sense of self. So I'm very, very excited to announce that, our next upcoming women's retreat, which you can find out so much more at revealthewomanwithin.com. It's going to be in beautiful Bali. And of course, I also teach it in many other various locations. And in this retreat, we're going to explore all these topics, how to live with ease and with grace, allowing each other to also express our true selves and to align with healthy expressions of both the feminine and also the masculine. Now, I'm also looking forward to guiding you through this transformative experience. And also for those who cannot attend the live retreat, I now also facilitate Reveal the Woman Within healing packages. And this compromises of 8 sessions. And there we're going to be diving deep into, tackling all these aspects where you feel you need to work on a little bit more, or we can also customize it to your needs. But now, I would love to do a healing meditation with you. And when you are ready, please take a nice deep breath. And also, if you want, you can lie down or you can sit up, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And I invite you now to focus on your breathing. As you inhale and exhale, notice your breath and how your chest also moves doing so. And as you focus on your breathing, feel yourself gently coming into your body in a way that makes you feel comfortable and safe. Now bring your full focus and awareness to your whole body. And we're now going to engage in a gentle dialogue within ourselves. And remember that our femininity is psychosomatically on the left side and the masculinity is on the right side. And I invite you now to shift your full focus and awareness to the left side, to your femininity. And pretend that you're asking your femininity, what do you need to feel safe expressing yourself? And this exercise is also for men. If you're a male here with us, feel free to participate. Connect to your left side in the femininity and ask it, what do you need in order to feel safe to express yourself? And now, whatever the answer was, imagine a beautiful, warm energy healing light flowing from your head down, 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 down your body. And this beautiful light holds the answer to this question that you just asked. It's holding all these resources and needs that you have. And as that light's flowing through you, fulfilling all these needs within you, flowing through every single cell in your body. Feel how it's showering you all those resources. And just be with that now for a few seconds. Just allowing your femininity on the left side to just absorb all of that. And when you are ready, now we're going to shift our full focus and awareness to the right side. And now we're going to connect to our masculinity. And now we're going to ask our masculinity, what do you need right now to express yourself in a healthier way? What do you need to express yourself in a healthier way? And then, once again, once you have that answer, imagine a healing light flowing from your head down, 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 down throughout your feet and your body, holding all these resources and needs that your masculinity needs. Visualize this energy as flowing through every single cell of your body and also on the right-hand side, absorbing all these resources. And now, I invite you to observe how your inner self becomes more aligned, more grounded, and more balanced. And now, when you are ready, focus your attention to the bottom of your feet. And as you do, feeling fully grounded, peaceful, and balanced. And when you're ready, knowing that throughout your day and night, this will continue to integrate and heal as well. Gently come back to me. And welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and to remember to join me at Reveal the Woman Within Healing Retreat. It will be a life-changing event and something that you will continue to thank yourself for attending for the rest. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And remember to go look at revealthewomanwithin.com. And if you feel that this talk today resonated with you, then I can only tell you one thing: pack your bags, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
So guys, there you have it. Also remember to subscribe to my channel, stay up to date. And also I have a free MAC membership website where we have so many courses up there. There's meditations, there's workshops, whatever you need, it's there. There's so many wonderful webinar replays as well that you can benefit from and also to observe and to learn from. Guys, also remember that I have written 18 books. 18, 1-8. And one of many among them are Metaphysical Anatomy and Psychosomatics for Children. So this one is a Psychosomatics for adults. This one is a Psychosomatics for kids. So these books are super popular. People love it. If you want to learn more about how your body works, understanding messages behind it, maybe you have that gnawing pain or maybe an ailment that's surfacing and you want to understand what is it that your body is trying to tell you. Guys, these books are going to be absolutely invaluable to you. You can find it at evettebooks.com, where you will also find all my other 18 books. And guys, also remember to keep asking all these great questions. I love to answer your questions at Ask Evette, where we discuss, life conundrums and, life challenges, and just answer questions perhaps where you feel, quite stuck in your life. I would love to share my perspective with this and to help you to resolve perhaps certain pain points that you might be having in your life as well. So guys, remember to stay in touch. There's so many great things that's happening. And also something really awesome is that this book is already also in video format. So imagine 679 medical elements in video format, and with meditations and healing courses, workshops, masterclasses, everything behind that in our platinum membership site. So guys, remember to check that out. There is so many great things happening there. So see you there.